First off, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to stay in contact with ACMi. They really, did a lot for me there.
I am curious about this crazy event that just happened to you that you happen to bear witness to. Would you tell me about what happened?
Moved out to Bakersfield, California to be an anchor and reporter with KGET News. A couple weeks ago, I was anchoring our Sunday night newscast at about 11 p.m. And a little while after the show began, I started my first weather forecast, and we use a camera on the roof of our studio to get a better sense of the weather conditions. And I see a fire, and it's bright, it's visible in the middle of the night, and I kind of derailed the weather forecast to start talking about the fire because I didn't exactly know what happened there. So my director gets in my ear, says, it appears to be a vehicle fire. We don't know where it came from or what happened. And then a few minutes later, at about 11:07, we get the word that we have to evacuate. And so I cut the show off. I tell my viewers, we have to sign off. So we'll keep you posted. But for the moment, we have to leave the building. And apparently, a woman had driven her car down the street, and she parked it on the, she parked it facing the wrong way, right in front of our parking lot, right next to our fence. And so she had laid 13 wooden crosses, about 5 to 7 feet tall each, across the gate. She put wedding gowns on 2 of them and a suit jacket on 1. And so she made this elaborate setup and then lit her car on fire. We learned that she had basically blown up her car outside of our studio.
Who responded to the event?
Everybody came at once. I remember first, the police were setting up a barrier, keeping everyone far away, and people were walking from down the street, just wondering what's going on here. We see smoke in the air. We see a little unusual. And firefighters came in, and eventually a bomb squad did go as well, just to make sure nothing else was happening there in terms of anything that could have exploded. Never really nailed down the motive, her motive for this, besides it being, a type of mental health crisis. And it seemed that she may have wanted the publicity of setting up a scene and doing it outside of a news station.
You're used to reporting on that stuff, so it's crazy that you just happen to be in one of those newsworthy moments.
I was in work mode, right? I didn't have any time or mental space to think about, oh, okay, we might have, we almost burned up. We could have potentially burned up, right? I wasn't really thinking about that. And when I learned how vulnerable we were in that situation, that was a couple days after. That's when the reality set in.
Really an interesting experience to have. I mean, I'm sure you'll never forget that.
Honestly, this isn't the first or the last time something crazy is going to happen in this job. So we do unfortunately contend with very high crime rates. We contend with a lot of different issues, and it means that the work becomes more meaningful because we're able to live through those experiences and have experiences we never thought we'd have.